I have a comment for you. I was making this statement to someone the other day, and I'd like to make it to you again. As I remember it, I could have actually said it on one of my television shows that I did, or broadcasts. I said, you know that Jesus is the smartest man that ever lived. He is the smartest man that ever lived. And so you might think, well, I could tell you that there were a few smart men. You see, people think about Jesus as a religious leader rather than as a smart, intelligent being. But I'll tell you, Jesus was the smartest human being that ever lived. And you might say, well, where do you get that from, Pastor John? Well, he said himself, I don't say anything of my own accord. I don't say anything about me. All I do is I always point to the Father. So I speak the Father's words. I do what the Father says I must do. I go where he tells me to go. I'm only hearing his voice. I'm not listening to anybody else's voice. Smartest thing you could ever do in the universe is just be connected to the Father. Yeah, but isn't there some other measurement of intellectual smartness? No. I don't care whether you actually discovered what gravity was. I don't care if you discovered how to beat gravity with thrust and force. I don't care if you designed a very beneficial antidote for human beings that it's called penicillin. I don't care if you discovered the atom and being able to split the atom and harness its energy. Jesus is smarter than that, because actually smartness is being connected to the Father. It's the smartest thing you can do. I've said this to business people for many years. There could be very educated people that sit in a room, very smart scientists, mathematicians, you name it, could be very smart people in the room. Until a Christian comes in the room, a Christian that is abiding in these words, and God's words abiding in him, who knows the love of the Father, who can hear what the Father is telling him. When that happens, that Christian becomes the smartest person in the room. It doesn't matter how educated and what IQ other people have. Because if you can hear the voice of God on any given matter, in any given time, and obey his guidance and leadership, you become the person that becomes a problem solver. You become the person that gets to solve problems. Now, I want to talk to you about work. In John chapter 5, verse 17, Jesus answered them, my Father has worked even until now. He has never ceased working. He's still working, and I too must be at divine work. The Passion Translation says, Jesus answered his critics by saying, every day my Father is at work, and I will be too. So, if you don't have work, or your work is compromised, your income is compromised, you can work with your mouth. You can work by abiding. And next time we're together, I'm going to talk to you about the sower sows the word, which you can find. And if you want to study this before the next time you hear me, it's found in Mark chapter 4. And he said, let me explain. This farmer sows the word as seed. So if you don't have work today, or your work has gone pear-shaped, or you've gone into a place where you're not earning as much, or things have lost some contracts, lost some deals, things don't seem to be working out for you, I want to tell you that you should still be working every day. You should be working the word. You should be working to get connected to God. I watched this happen. I saw when the first initial 21-day lockdown happened in this country. I watched people sort of go on television movie watching binges. I saw people go on physical health binges. I saw people go on eating binges. I saw people doing like it's a forced holiday. Yeah, we can't go out of the house and we can't do anything, but we're going to watch movies, we're going to read books, we're going to eat, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. I didn't hear too many people say we're going to work on lockdown. So what did they work? What can you work? You work the word. And I look forward to sharing this with you next time. I trust that this time together has been meaningful and helpful to you. And I trust that it will help you with a foundation and make you strong, solid, steady in your faith walk. And it'll bring some light and encouragement to you as the revelation of work and seed and abiding in the vine and being abundant and fruitful is God's order for you, regardless of what's going on in the world around you.